Before we begin, I want you to pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Now think about every battle you've survived. The sleepless nights, the silent tears, the moments when you felt like giving up, and yet you're still here. That is not luck. That is not coincidence. That is the grace and mercy of God. The Bible says in John 10:10, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it abundantly." The enemy wanted to steal your peace, destroy your hope, and convince you that your story was over. But God had another plan. He protected you, even when you didn't realize it. Maybe you've asked yourself, why have I gone through so much? Sometimes, the greatest battles come before the greatest breakthroughs. The enemy often attacks those who carry purpose because he knows their testimony can inspire others to trust God. Think about the times God protected you without you even knowing. The accident that never happened, the illness you recovered from, the opportunity you lost, only to discover later that God was leading you to something better. What looked like disappointment was often God's protection. Psalm 121 reminds us that the Lord never sleeps. While you were resting, He was watching over you. While you were crying, He was working behind the scenes. Even when you felt alone, He never left your side. Remember Joseph. He was betrayed by his own brothers, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, and later imprisoned for something he didn't do. Anyone looking at his life would have thought it was over, but God had not abandoned him. Every trial was preparing Joseph for the purpose God had planned all along. Years later, Joseph said to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50:20. Maybe that's your story today. The pain was real. The disappointment was real. But God's purpose is greater than your pain. If you're listening to this message today, it's because God is not finished with you. He has kept you alive for a reason. Your story is still being written, and your testimony will encourage someone else who feels like giving up. So don't lose hope. Don't stop praying. Don't stop believing. Isaiah 54:17 declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." The weapon may have been formed, but it will not have the final word. God's promises are greater than the enemy's plans. Today, choose faith instead of fear. Trust that the same God who carried you through yesterday will carry you through tomorrow. The enemy wanted your story to end in defeat. But God says your testimony is just beginning. You are still here because God's purpose for your life is still alive. Hold on to Him. Keep believing. And never forget this truth. The enemy wanted you dead. But God said, "You will live."